This man accidentally got in touch with his dad, who had passed away 30 years ago through a radio. However, both sides were skeptical, thinking the other was a scammer. In the midst of their dispute, Frank, the dad, accidentally set fire to some shoe polish, which somehow left a burn mark on the table 30 years later. When John, the son in the future, mentioned this to his dad, he was accused of being a creep instead. Suddenly, John remembered that his dad, a firefighter, was about to die in a fire. He hurriedly warned Frank not to rely on his instincts during the rescue and to take a different route. The next morning, Frank received a call to respond to a fire, and the address was exactly as John had described. He was a bundle of nerves, worried for his own safety but unable to ignore his duty. Ultimately, he rushed into the blaze and successfully saved a trapped person. Facing a fork in the road within the fire, one side was engulfed in flames while the other was filled with thick smoke. Instinctively, he wanted to choose the safer smoky path, but the warning from his son flashed in his mind and he decisively turned to face the flames. Using his wits and staying calm, he escaped using a track evacuation device. Meanwhile, in the future, John, who was drinking at a bar, suddenly gained a bunch of new memories without losing the old ones. He was confused about which memories were real. He quickly asked a friend to confirm his dad's cause of death and was told that Frank had died of cancer from smoking 10 years ago. John couldn't believe he had actually changed the past. He rushed home and found articles about his dad becoming a hero, detailing how he had saved a little girl in the fire. At the same time, Frank finally believed that the voice on the radio was really his son from 30 years in the future. He tried to contact John again but couldn't get through, so he left a message carved on the table. John soon noticed the new carving and confirmed that his dad was still alive. Overwhelmed with emotion, he immediately replied to his dad's message. Both were awestruck by this cross-temporal miracle. They continued to chat until John mentioned that his dad might still die of lung cancer in the future and urged him to quit smoking. Frank was moved and promised to stay with his family. After saying goodbye to his son, Frank went to the hospital to find his wife, Julia. Julia happened to see an intern administering the wrong medication to a patient. She quickly intervened, saving the patient's life. Seeing Julia in a rush, Frank could only wave goodbye. However, altering history came with a price. That night, John had a terrifying dream where he was a child at his mother Julia's funeral. John woke up from the nightmare and went to the living room, but he didn't notice the significant changes in its style. He tried calling his mom, but only got an automated response from the restaurant. He then went to his girlfriend Jane's workplace, but when he called her by her nickname, she looked confused and said she didn't know him. John's world was quietly crumbling, and he began to wonder if he had gotten lost in the cracks of time. Sorry, due to certain reasons, we can only introduce the first part of the movie here. If you want to see the rest, please go to the homepage or search for the movie title Frequency Kai.